All right, guys. Welcome to Game Central Station. We're back again, another
What's
week of
going on?
live streaming. Here is TK Toss Up with us again and his amazing game
Again,
room with all the cool stuff in the background. One day we got to do like a room tour or something.
one of
Um,
these days. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's like that Mario 10 or TV tray behind you there.
Oh, the one with all the Loa on it?
Yeah, you
The
got.
Ram oil Loa?
Yeah, we saw. What did we see the other day? I saw a. It was on eBay. It was a coloring book that had
Uh-huh.
the king
Like
of
Bazoa, yeah.
yeah, like Princess. I don't know. Was it Princess Peach's father? Maybe I don't know.
That's what it was implying, but yeah.
Anyway, weird lore. So yeah, so today we'll be talking about some of the new Switch 2 news that's come out over the past week. We're gonna show off some of my finds because I keep finding stuff, and Tyler has been just working his tail off, so he hasn't had a chance. Um, and then we'll get into some Super Mario RPG playing and talk about what we've been doing with this, for lack of a better way of saying it, a book club for games. Um, so let's see here. I'm gonna switch over to let's see. Here we go. So I'm just switching over to Google and pulling up some Switch 2 news as we try to talk about it. So recently, the biggest news I think so far was today the tariffs, right? Or I think it was today that the tariffs, maybe yesterday, the tariffs went down for most countries down to 10%, right?
Yeah. It's 145% in China right now. So basically, this is the part of the stream, but the economy is going to crash if things don't change more drastically, but that's besides the point.
Right. We can do another stream later about the world coming to an end, but this is supposed to be for fun. But
Oh,
basically,
I'm having fun. I'm loving it. I'm loving life.
everything's fine. Um,
Everything's great. I ain't never been happier. I don't know what anyone's talking about.
right. It's all good. Um, but what that could mean is that maybe we get a date for the pre-orders. Is my thought because the pre-orders have already
Yeah.
started in the UK, from my understanding.
They started
Not
everywhere else except here in Canada, I think.
right here in Canada. Um, and there has been some news about potentially the price maybe going up a little bit because of tariffs. Maybe not. Maybe Nintendo might eat
Yeah.
that. But I think overall
I've
price on the console itself, not all the other stuff, because that's a whole other bag of worms. I don't think it's a bad price for what you're
so
getting.
so what you mean the 450 that you're talking about is a good price.
Right.
Not the potential, it might get up to somewhere north of 550 by the end of this
Right.
if
That
things
that
don't.
maybe might be pushing it for me.
Yeah.
But I think 450s isn't bad. And looking at comparisons of, like older systems with inflation, how much they would have been in today's market, it hits right in that area of what all the other
Now,
Nintendo systems would have cost.
I
Um,
feel like the console of all of the things, I feel like the console is the one thing that I was like, that's fair on when it came to price and not knowing anything else, but just seeing what you get. 450 seemed like a good price for a Switch 2, in
right.
my opinion at least.
Right. I think
I
you're
know a
right.
lot of people, because I said I was expecting to be below 400, but 450, like I was thinking like 399, somewhere around there, 350 ish, but 450 is fine. That's absolutely fine to me. Uh, but if it goes up much higher, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know about that. But I guess my question is: so before we get into the other fun news that we got from the Switch 2, just right now, are you still planning on buying it?
Uh, if it stays that price, I think, yeah, I think I
You're,
will.
you're still
Um,
getting it day one, despite everything.
I think so. Right now, that's how I kind of feel about it. Um,
Okay.
I'm also I'm also trying to switch to these headphones because I think I'm having some bleed through
Oh
of
no.
you on my microphone, which I don't know if that really matters, but just to be safe. See if this works. All right. Try saying something.
Something something.
There we
Hello.
go.
One,
There
two,
we go.
three. Is
Yeah,
that
so
better?
yeah, I can hear you. I'm gonna
Okay.
actually turn down the speakers in the room because then I'm defeating the purpose of doing this. All right. Okay, do say one more thing.
One more thing.
Perfect. All right. Always got to have something last minute to fix. Um,
Always. Every single time.
always. Yes. But yeah, I think I'm going to because Nintendo really hasn't done me wrong. Um, I was even a fan of the Wii U, even though it didn't, blow up, and be as as well regarded as everything else. I
Well,
thought it was really good.
let me stop you there. Let me just stop you there. I've seen some people do this and compare the Switch 2 to the Wii U. I don't think it's a fair comparison, honestly. The Wii U, I feel like the Wii U was, in my opinion, probably Nintendo's most misunderstood console. I think that the only thing is they put it to market at a weird time. They named it in such a way that people were confused by it.
Yeah.
I really think they had themselves a really good console, and they released, for the short time it was out, they released a ton of great games on it, right?
Yeah. Which all of
Like you
them
had,
pretty much have been pulled over to the Switch.
that's what, let me cook. I'm cooking. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
You had Breath of the Wild, right? You
Right.
had Hyrule Warriors. You
Right.
had, and it's just off the top of my head, Bayonetta 2, which I know
Yeah.
you didn't really get into Bayonetta 1, but Bayonetta 2 is arguably, in my opinion, better than Bayonetta 1. Like, it is
I
good. It is a
have
fun game.
I think I have both of them on the Wii U.
Yeah, that was the cool thing. You bought Bayonetta 2, boom, came with Bayonetta 1.
Right.
Great game, great port of a great game. You had what was it? Wonderful 101, which is a very unique, interesting game.
I mean, all the Mario
What else
games
was
came
there?
over. I mean, Super Mario, was it Mario 3D World
Yeah, that
came
came out Mario
over.
3D World. Yeah, I
A
forgot that one came out
Splatoon.
on the. Now, did Super Mario Maker come out on the Wii U or the 3DS first?
It was a Wii U.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, 3D Maker. Yeah, you had Splatoon, which started a whole new franchise. Like,
Yep.
think about that. Like, when has Nintendo made a brand new franchise recently? Like, it's
Right.
So anyway, a ton of extremely good, competent games came out for that thing in the what 2 years it was out. How long was that thing out?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
not long
know.
at all, right?
I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't remember.
So so then the Switch comes out. Most of the Switch games that are like great just came from the Wii U, like Breath of the Wild, right?
Right.
Like they came out on the Wii U first, and they just ported them to the Switch. Sometimes worse, like some worse features.
Yeah.
Um, and there's rumors like I'm not getting into it anyway. But
R- right. I mean,
but
the
like
reason
it's a
I
good
said that is because people are starting to compare,
yeah
this
yeah
release to the way that was released.
yeah
But I'm just saying, even if that is true, um,
yeah
I still had a great experience with
yeah.
the Wii U.
But
I wish they
no,
would
that's
bring
not get
over Nintendo Land. Like that would be amazing if they could do that somehow.
no, but that's what I'm getting at, dude. The Wii U, you had a great time with it because it was at the end of the day a very good console. Like it was a good console. Like
Right.
I'm tired of people.
Right.
NES Remix, that game was great on it. Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a really good game.
but yeah, basically it didn't have a lot of games, but a lot of games it had were great. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. When you pull out the Switch 2, you're gonna pay. They're gonna want you to pay $70 for a game that was released on a console that came out like a decade ago. Like, how insane is that?
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild came out on the Wii U.
but
I
I don't think I would be buying that day one. I
no,
think
no,
I
I'm not
like
saying that, but I'm just saying like so. Then the Switch 2, they're going to have really good games on it, but
right.
Wii U games for $50. We're talking $70, $80 for a game that's already been released. And the thing is, and the problem I have with that is just a level of avarice that is just messed up, dude. And
Yeah,
it
I
just
mean,
and like I said, yeah, no. It's gonna be a fun console. I bet you money it is. And I'm most likely going to jump on it eventually. But like coming out, I really do think that Nintendo needs to see a poor showing at release date for them to maybe have something knock in their heads that, hey, maybe we took a step too far with this junk. And maybe we got to offer something to try to make this a little bit better, because a lot of the news, and I'm sure we're going to get into it, a lot of stuff has come out about it in the what, week or two since the reveal has mostly been heartbreaking.
well, it's been a week, right?
A week,
Since
yeah.
yeah, it's been a week. So I mean, okay, so start out with the positives. I think that that system doing 120 hertz, refresh rate, 1080p is really cool on a handheld like that, especially from Nintendo, who doesn't care about that crap. Um, they're doing it. Uh, I think the
Now,
HDR, I think all the picture imaging stuff is good. I think the controller being bigger is a godsend, because the little buttons on the the original OG Switch are just a little too small for me.
yeah.
Granted, most of these things are and you probably can come back on me on this one, but most of these things are primarily meant for kids, the way that they're designed, especially Nintendo stuff. PlayStation
Yeah.
not so much, Xbox not so much, but like Nintendo tries to cater to the kids more.
Well,
So
I would say that was probably for the Switch. The Switch 2, like you can tell, they very obviously are marketing it towards like more adults this time around.
yeah,
Like I don't think I saw a single child in that reveal.
that
Think
is
about it.
true. That is true. You
Not
got
a
a point
single thing
there.
showing kids having fun. No, it was all adults, like young adults playing on a pay for Discord service.
Right? Right? I
Yeah.
You got a point there. Um
Yeah, the way they made the bigger buttons, like I think they've made the marketing this console more towards the adult types.
I'm glad too that there is a fan in the dock. I think that's a smart move to
Uh
help it, maintain not, uh slowing down its processor because of heat. Um so yeah. Okay, so what are the things that have come out this past week? I kind of, we kind of talked about some of it already, the tariffs, um the delay on the pre-orders, because the pre-orders were supposed to happen this week, right? Wasn't it? I can't remember now.
yeah, I
It was-
think it was like the ninth.
yeah, like yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, I went by a GameStop, and I was talking to one of the managers there, and he was saying how he had to like email customers like the day after that they revealed, oh man, we can't do that pre-order release date, Um, oh, here's another thing. The scalpers. Have you been reading about that?
No,
Um,
what is the scalp that's going on?
so the scalpers are selling, apparently, I think, like pre-orders um for the Switch. So like that the scalpers are guaranteeing you that they will get you a Switch too. And
Huh.
that so if you go to eBay and look, you're going to look at some crazy prices. But there's a group of people, there's people now that are fighting it, because apparently you can't list something that you won't ship out within 30 days. And
Okay.
yeah, so they're able to get these people taken down basically because of that
That's
rule.
good. That's
Right.
good.
So people are fighting about. So if you see that, I think there was some article I was reading that they have like even a template that you could just send to eBay.
I feel like and I know everyone hates scalpers, but I don't know why. It feels like there's something in the air, and I think it started with the Pokemon card scalpers. I
Yeah.
think there's gonna be a huge amount of backlash against scalpers this time around.
Yeah.
I think it's something's bubbling. I think that's going to be all out war against these losers.
Yeah, I hope. You know, in so this might be a little controversial, but I think if you're somebody who somehow gets your hands on two of them, you know, and you don't need you sell one, I don't consider that scalping. I consider scalping you get like 10, 15, 20, you get way more than you could possibly ever need, right?
I think you
Eh,
could consider scalping to be like you buy it specifically for the sole purpose of selling it for a huge markup.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I could see somebody wanting to, if they could get their hands on two, to then sell one of them for more to make up for the purchase that they did, right? For the first
Yeah.
one. I can kind of understand.
No,
Can
no.
kind of
If you that's
understand.
scalping, dude. That's
Is
scalping.
it? I
Yeah,
mean,
that is scalping. If
okay.
when a console when a console releases, right?
Yeah.
The idea is that everyone who's buying it should be buying it with the intent of playing it, not to sell it.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I would say there would be a scant few situations, right?
Right.
Say like, oh, I don't know. We each get like a voucher that says you're entitled to buy a Switch 2. And I
Right.
have it. I'm very willing to buy it. And then I have a heart attack and die. You know,
Okay. Hope that doesn't
and
happen,
I'm
but okay.
and as I'm dying, I'm like, take my voucher, right? So now you've got two vouchers, right?
Okay.
I I would say the right thing to do would be to give the voucher to somebody else.
Right.
But even then, I think maybe then you can say you can sell that voucher to somebody. But like I still would be kind of weird out about that. Like there's something about buying a console when you know it's going to be limited supply for people who want to like jump in and get into the thing. Now having to navigate because there's going to be, for let's just say for the 100 people who want to play it, there's going to be 1,000 out there who are getting it to sell it, right?
Right.
And that just makes it so difficult for the people who actually want to get in and get in the system and play it, have fun with it. And
Right.
that just feels that's so scummy to me. Because when these come out, there's going to be a set number, and because of how the tariffs are and everything, there's no guarantee that they're going to be the same price at this point. Uh, you know, down the line, they might be more expensive.
Right.
So there's a double thing here that's going to make it even worse.
Yeah. And how does that affect Nintendo overall? I mean, I think Nintendo will stand behind their product as
Yeah,
long as they can.
Nintendo will be fine. They're the richest company in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll make it. They'll make it, dude.
So, okay, was there any other news that you can remember or so there's the Hall Effect joysticks. That's not a thing in the Switch 2 controllers.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a lame thing. So I wonder what technology they are using. I have a strong feeling it's going to be similar to what they have now, and that's going to be drift problems.
Probably. Um, which you know, it was annoying for the controllers that I ran across that had it that I had to ship them off. But
Uh
I mean, overall, I haven't
huh.
had a huge issue with that.
Yeah, I mean, I personally
Granted,
haven't had a Hall effect issue either.
granted, I'm not playing the living heck out of this thing like some people
Yeah,
do. You know, like because I'm working and I got kids and stuff like that, so I don't have as much just
yeah.
time to be playing stuff like
And
that.
personally, when I do play it, I'm using the Pro controller. Like I don't
Right.
really use the
Right.
Joy
Yeah.
Cons because the Joy Cons are very uncomfortable to use.
They are. They really are. So, and apparently you can use the Pro controller on the Switch too. The Switch One Pro controller. You just don't you won't have that C button on there for the the voice chat and stuff like that. But um, I'm just wondering, couldn't you just use the Joy-Con? But like like you just be playing, have this hooked up while you're playing, and then if you wanted to use the call button thing, you just hit it on a Joy-Con.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
yeah, no, that's another thing that's kind of come out. That's been kind of funny is that
Yeah.
Nintendo pioneered the pay to a button you have to pay a subscription to be able to use, which is
Right.
kind of insane. Let's be completely honest here. That button is going to be a lot like the camera button. It's going to be accidentally pressed when playing. Most of the time, it's going to pop up a screen that you're not going to want to see while you're playing.
Right. So okay, so
And
this is what it's $20 extra a year on top of your Switch or your Nintendo Online membership. So
okay, so
currently
does that is that like the inclusion of like the GameCube games, or is it like $20 extra on top of itself?
20 extra dollars on top of if you have the base Nintendo Online or you have the
Uh
one
huh.
that has all the extra stuff. Which the one with
That
all the extra stuff, I can't remember how much it is for a single, but for like a family, it's $85. So
how
you,
sure are you? Did you read that somewhere? That is insane.
yeah, I mean that's the way it's that's the way I've been reading it. The way it's worded is that it's $20 on top of the other stuff. So and for the first year, I think it is that they're going to give it to you for free. Um, but I am still of the
Yeah,
the mindset like how you would still need to have a Nintendo Online membership to be able to play with people online, to be able to use that free calling feature um anyway. So you're still having to pay into it. Um Another aside, the Piranha Plant camera, which looks amazing, is a 480p, right? It's a 40p camera
yeah,
in there.
insane.
Insane. The one cool thing it does do, I was reading up on, you can take the Piranha Plant out of its base, which is the pipe that it's in, and you can connect it to the top of the Switch 2 to that USB-C port. So it's portable, which I thought was neat. Granted, 480, I'm kind of wondering if there's some way to like pull that camera out and put in another one, which I highly doubt it, or it'd be very destructive. But
That's yeah. That's going too far. It looks really cool, but 480p? Are you kidding me?
the only thing I could think is I was like, the Dreamcast at 480p looks freaking good, but that doesn't really translate very well to modern day for a camera, at least.
Yeah, no, dude, that's just don't. There's no coping on that one. 480p in 2025 is terrible, right? The bare
Mm-hmm.
minimum should be 1080p for
Yeah,
like a consumer device that comes out these days.
right. I mean, they must be getting those cameras for like $2, or
Yeah, for
something.
nothing.
Yeah. Um. All right. So any other news you want to talk about for the Switch 2?
Let's see.
Trying to think of anything
Uh,
else.
no, I
Anything else,
can't think of
Reed?
anything else of major import. My mind on it, I'm still stuck on the whole like, it doesn't feel worth buying it when it first comes out, so I'm still a no on it.
Yeah.
Unless I fall into a big pile of money within the next couple months,
Right.
it's still a no for me. I'm holding on to my cash, and I'm gonna wait and see how it goes. I might wait for because Mario Kart and that Donkey Kong game, they look fun, but those aren't what I would consider to be like a system seller for me. So I'm kind of waiting for that system seller to hit before I really dive into it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, what is the game? And I don't. So if I'm buying the Switch 2, it's going to be the one bundled with the digital version of the Mario Kart game. So I'm getting that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think the Donkey Kong game is going to be really good, like really good, because Odyssey was really good, and to me that looks like an Odyssey game.
It
Um,
looks different from Odyssey. Like I think it's gonna be a different game. It looks fun. Don't get me wrong. It looks fun. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with this new Donkey Kong. I'm curious if they're just gonna do away with Diddy or if they've redone Diddy in some way.
oh, that's true. And what was
Because
the
there's
what was
no
the what was the girl?
Dixie,
Dixie. That's right. That's right.
and it's interesting. Yeah, because Donkey Kong looks more like Tiny. I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it. But But yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with this new Donkey Kong. I don't know. I'm still kind of like, I, I'm not. I'm not like a Donkey Kong fan. You know what I mean? I don't really care about the appearance, but it's still kind of like that's a little bit weird looking to me. Still, I still have to get used to it.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I
Um,
couldn't like move my seat around so you could see the. Really can't, but like I have this. It's kind of up here, but there's like I have a Donkey Kong SNES in the box and like a whole
Yeah,
shelf of Donkey Kong. And I got when I was a kid, I got the VHS from Nintendo about the release of Donkey Kong Country. Um, it has my old address, still on there. Um,
that's
so
wild.
I yeah, so I like the game, and I like Donkey Kong's games. Not to say I've played all of them, but they're pretty good. So I think that would be I wouldn't say system seller, but pretty up there. Um, and what about? Did we talk about the GameCube controller?
Oh no, we didn't. Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah.
So
So.
the GameCube controller, it it's only going to be compatible with GameCube games and nothing else. So once
Mhm.
again, this is another device that you've got to pay a subscription to be able to use.
And those controllers usually are not cheap.
Oh, I bet you that's going to be 80, $90 for
And
the
you can only
controller.
buy them if you have an online account.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, fun times with that mess. Let me see here. So I'm gonna try a little something here. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but we'll see. So we're gonna get into the portion of this where I show off some of the stuff that I've found over the past few weeks. Two of the things I can't show because they're somewhere else, but I found a rock band drum set, wired, and a guitar. Which, if you guys don't know, I've had like a ton of guitars in the past, and I took them all to this game store and traded them in, and got like a really cool Xbox 360 console stand, and I
Yeah,
got a
I want. He's got a ton of guitar controllers. He had a massive pile of them, enough that he was able to trade for amazing things. I want you to imagine a big pile of Guitar Hero controllers, probably more than what you're thinking. He somehow came across so many in the span of a year. It was insane.
yeah, I'd pick them up for 5, $10, 15, but whatever, and the other thing I got was a boxed an NES glove, power glove. Um, so I get
Yep.
yeah. So if you come across those things and they're cheap, pick them up and trade them in. Now I probably could have gotten way more for that stuff. I would have sold it myself, but it's not worth all the effort. And one of the best videos I have on my channel is a short about me finding the Les Paul, the blue one, Guitar Hero guitar, for $5. And that thing I sold it for, I can't remember now. I think it's like $180, you know?
Wow.
And so I don't even know how many views. I think it's over like, I don't even know. I'd have to look. I think it's over like eight, 80,000 views or something like that.
Insane amount of views on that super little video.
Yeah, and a ton of subscribers off of a 15-second short video. So, I put all
You
this effort
truly
in these
never
other
know
videos.
what's gonna pop on that site.
Right. You have no idea. So okay. I'm gonna start with some of the stuff that's not as impressive. Um, but the first one I'll have to start with the camera where it's at right now. And this is kind of an oldie but a goodie. I found one of these guys um
Oh, yep,
that
the
I've been wanting to
classic.
get. It has let's see if the microphone pick this up. Clicky click, hard,
No, but it's not. There's no sound.
really. Oh no.
No, no sound at all.
Well, anyway, so I could turn on and off all that. But I got this for $3.
That's not
Three.
bad.
Yeah. There was one I saw a couple of weeks back, and it had a big crunch in the top, and I just wasn't. I didn't want it. All right, so let me try this thing out. Hopefully, I don't drop my phone in the process here. All right, see if I can do this. Sorry for the weird camera angle. If you have motion sickness, don't watch right now. Right, right, exactly. Blah.
I just instantly start throwing up.
Right. All right, this thing's like being weird. Okay, here we go. Over here. Over here. All right.
Yeah, you've got like the following thing turned on.
Yeah, and I can't really turn it off easily, so I just got to deal with it. So anyway, I got Super Mario RPG here on the NES.
Super
Um,
Nintendo, you mean?
yeah, Super Nintendo, SNES.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the story of how I found this?
Uh, is it? Did you get it for a deal?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
How'd you
want to
find it?
hear? Will that
I'm
work?
guessing somebody just gave it to you because that's just how things work for Joe.
There we go. That works. Um, so no, I was out in Athens, Georgia. This was years ago at a Goodwill, and they had a stack of like 5 Super Nintendo games, and I can't remember how many. I think it was something cheap. I think it was under $20. This was one of those games that was in the stack in like
Wow,
pristine condition.
man, that's a lucky find right there.
Yeah, that's one of my
You
way
won't
more
you
lucky
won't find
finds.
that at a Goodwill again.
Thanks for jinxing me, because usually when you do, I prove you wrong. So,
No, no,
um,
no. I mean, like literally, Goodwill. They hoard that kind of stuff and put it on their auction site now. You will literally never find that at Goodwill again.
I guess that's true. Uh, this I got a long time ago from a guy off of Craigslist, I want to say. But the reason I'm showing it is because these two things, these are not actually recent pickups. These are just old pickups because we're going to be playing RPG, Super Mario
Oh,
RPG.
I thought these were new things, dude. I
No,
was like,
no,
man, how'd you find that?
no.
Okay.
I messed up. I should have shown these later, but whatever. I'll show them now. I've had these for a while, but since we're getting into Super Mario RPG, but I really like this art style of the like, I don't know what it is, but that art style is probably my favorite Mario.
there's something there's something about it. I can't really place what it is, but there's just something about it that just screams like, yes, this is a game. This is a video game. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. It itches my brain.
Right? Like there's a princess, there's uh there's Bowser on there, and for some reason there's Donkey Kong on this side, although he's not an
Just
RPG
all the
guy.
3D models that
Yeah.
they made for their games.
Yeah. So anyway, went out of, you know, line going to the stuff I already own. But anyway, those are cool things that I have. Um, Nothing really special here, but I've been trying to convert um, VGA to composite, or sorry, component, and so I found this cable uh, for a couple of bucks. This is
Great.
nothing big. Buddy Holiday or Holly, sorry, Buddy Holly, and then Wizard of Oz CD. Get past those real quick. Um, this this I was kind of happy about. If you can see what it is, it's a
Yep, I'm waiting
Zune.
for it. A Zune. Oh wow.
It's a Zune AC adapter in the box.
Oh yeah. Okay. Do you have a
Not
Zune?
I do have a Zune, and I cannot put music
Okay.
on it because the servers are down and there's no way to get it to work. But I I do have a Zune.
Okay.
So
You got an
anyway,
AC adapter for something that you just can't use.
yeah.
Okay.
But the Zune was a really cool thing, when it was out.
And
All
there's
right,
no way to hack that thing to make it work.
dude, I remember spending a couple of days trying to figure that out, and it has to connect to a server, talk to a server to authenticate it to be able to be used. There's just
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
it's yeah. So
Insane.
oh yeah, well this kind of so I found this guy. Um yeah, I got to figure out a way to like show you this a little quicker, but I found this guy at the thrift store the other day for $1.
Oh
Um
wow.
I don't
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you, I don't know how old he is, but he has this little thing on his back. If you
That
rotate
looks
it,
fairly new. I think that might be from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
yeah, you're probably right. But he can rotate his little fist. It
Do you
probably is
have? Is
supposed
there
to.
any like copyrights on it or anything? Any
Yeah,
years?
I was gonna look. I don't. He must have come with something else, because
Uh huh. Huh.
I don't see anything. But I think you're right. He's from the Mario movie. Oh, oh man, there's something there. It's so dang tiny. Uh, what is it? Two, yeah, 2022 is what it says on there. So it's totally the Mario movie. All right. So the other things is that GameStop had, what was it? It was buy four for four, yeah, any four games that were $20 or under, you could get them for $40, or any games that were $10 and under, you could get four of them for $20. So I picked up a couple of games. This one I've been wanting to try for a while. It's Gran Turismo Sport. Um,
All right.
so it's a VR game for the PS4, and it looked really intriguing to me. So had to pick that up. Then Gungrave Gore, Gore. This just looked cool. We'll have to play it at some point.
Oh, interesting. And how much do you say these games were?
Anything that was $20 and under, you could get four of them for $40.
Oh wow. Okay.
Um, this I thought was interesting. Um, Let me pull it out over here. So it's the Lost Planet Extreme Conditions. Um, it says, was it Colony Edition?
Oh wow.
And I think it has like some extra stuff in it. What does it say here? Three new single player campaign modes, 10 new weapons,
Oh wow.
more multiplayer maps and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, that's pretty neat,
They
So
had a
pick that up.
360 game at GameStop.
Yeah, dude, they have these older games there. And so
Really?
if I see some for a good deal, especially when they're doing those pre-owned things, like that, I pick them
Yeah.
up. Um, I
That's interesting.
SSX on the Xbox 360.
Oh, interesting.
That was, I always liked the SSX game, so
Isn't that one supposed to be like really good too?
I don't know. I know I like SSX, so I've just picked it up. Um, I haven't, gotten around to playing it yet because I picked them up like last week. So Quake 4 on the 360,
Awesome.
and it says also includes Quake 4 the making of, and it says Quake 2, because I remember there being an Xbox 360 game that had like two Quake games in it, and I think this is it. Um, so you might this looks like a Metal Gear Solid game to me. It's called Left Alive. Have you
Left
heard of that?
Alive. I've heard of that.
But like the art is 100% Metal Gear Solid, right?
What?
You
Yeah,
see
that
that?
looks just like a Metal Gear Solid game.
Yeah. So
Like
I
I
had
would
to.
argue that's got to be the same person who does the art style for it, or the really good marking. Left
Right.
Alive. That sounds so familiar. It's for the PS4.
Yeah. Um, and it's not like a Konami game, you know. It's a Square
Yeah, Left
Enix.
Alive. Yeah, is a 2019 action adventure stealth game. That's interesting.
Right. So I was like, I gotta pick this up because that's pretty cool, No, I'm a little concerned because it's 6.99, and I'm like, how bad was this game for it to be 6.99? But had to pick that
All right,
up.
that'd be an interesting one to play on the stream one day.
Yes,
You got me jealous. I want that game now. Give it to me.
you come on, play it. You want to
Now's the
borrow it?
time to get some weird PlayStation 4 games.
Right, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4 is time to go get those things. So this is The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners.
Uh-huh.
Um, the reason I picked this up is I'm trying to find stuff that is like uses VR
Uh-huh.
or games that might use the 3D, for 3D TVs, just like the things that have those extra little quirks in them that you won't be able to get on like
Yeah.
some other system.
Dude,
So
I gotta play that VR headset you got. I've never really played with VR.
yeah, dude, next time, when we hang out, we could spend some
Yeah.
time playing some of these VR games.
Because I am
But
so curious what that Walking Dead game would be like.
it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Um, and I think I already have this, but I could not leave this sitting at GameStop by itself. Metal Gear Solid 4 for the PS3.
Oh, wow.
It's just like a lost puppy, like I see it there, I'm like, I can't. I must bring you home with me. Um, really an awesome game, I think.
Yeah, it's a game that is incredibly fun, but I can see why people don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember me playing it. I was like, I just want to play as the Snake from the PS1 game. I just want to play as that guy again in a cool game, And so I get the old version of him. And I'm like, okay,
Well, you gotta you learn pretty quickly with Hideo Kojima. You're not gonna get the same game twice. Like you're not gonna get the
right.
same guy. Like there's gonna be changes made.
Well, I thought, if I already had this, I have a couple of PS3s. This would be a good bundle item, for selling it to
Uh-huh.
somebody. And then I already have this Metal Gear Solid Rising PS3. I already have it, but it's I have it sealed, so I didn't want to open it.
Incredible game, incredibly difficult.
And I've always wanted to play it, but I got to that point where I had it sealed for so long, I didn't want to open it
Yep.
to play it.
All
So
I'm gonna say, when you start the game, like literally like half an hour in, you are suplexing a Metal Gear Ray.
oh my gosh,
Like
that
like
sounds so amazing.
it pulls you in quick.
Right? It sounds really good, really really good. Um, but see, this just to get back into the Switch 2 thing here. Um, I have so many games that I can be playing, right? So I'm not like hurting or anything for a
Yeah.
you know, for like a new system.
Yeah, I guess that's another thing. Is yeah, that's the thing for me too. I've got plenty of entertainment options when it comes to games. That it really like I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to talk you out of what you want to do. It's your money, but it's just like, man, there's more that can be had, you know?
Right. Right. There really is. Um so let me see here. So let's switch on over to RPG. Super Mario RPG. As I showed you, I have Mario RPG, the original one. This is one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo, like ever. I've played it multiple times over the years. Uh, Back behind me on that little TV, I have SNES Classic running, and it has Super Mario RPG on it. And it was a game that was of its age, if you know what I mean. Like
Yep.
it made fun of things that were of that time, like the Power Rangers and things like that. Um, I'm even forgetting a lot of things that it made fun of. I just remember the Power Ranger ones being the funniest to me.
Now, you see, I would have to push back on that a little bit. I would consider it to be a timeless game. Because when you say that, that kind of implies that it is like filled with like references to the 90s, which it isn't. Like you have really the
Eh,
only thing that you have that is like pop culture is I think the Axe and Ranges. Everything else is either references to Nintendo stuff or just not references at all, and they just doing their own thing. I feel like this game is it's I don't know. I played it a lot when I was a kid. We had a video store next to our house called All Star Video, and I would go and we would rent that game. Every time that my parents went and got a movie, we would rent that game. For some reason, I'm just a little tangent. All Star Video had all of the rarest games now, and I don't understand why. They had Super Mario RPG. They had Misadventures of Tron Bonne. They
Oh
had
wow.
Mega. They had the rare Mega Man X3 for the Super Nintendo. We
Yeah,
rented all of those from All Star Video. I don't know why that is, but all the games that are the rarest like thing now to collect, I played back in the day.
that's crazy, dude.
So anyway, because you only had 2 days on it, we would play it, and I always got stuck at the pirate ship level because I could not figure out the puzzle.
Right, right.
And anyway, so I play like I have such great memories of the game and just all the interesting sprites and characters and all the weirdness and the humor. Like I'm playing through it, like I'm playing through the Switch one now, and it's a pretty accurate, like pretty close to the chess remake, right?
Right.
And there were some parts that I like legit laughed at because I kind of forgot about them. Like,
Right.
have you gotten to the part? Have you gotten Gino yet?
I just did. I'm through the forest. I have it up on the stream, although I'm not sharing it to you on Discord.
Okay, well, so you've got through the forest. Have you gone back to Rose Town and talked to Gaz again?
To the little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's about to punch him in the face.
Yeah, well, he goes,
Yeah.
yeah, but you know, yeah, Mario's gonna need your help, and Mario it's like he's about to square up against a child, and Mal has to hold him back. I
Right.
was laughing at that, dude. I thought that was
me
so
too.
funny.
Me too, dude. I almost
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to do a video of that, but I had already passed that point. You know, I was like, dude, I got to record that somehow.
I like the models. They've done a really good job, like putting all the models into 3D. It makes a lot of stuff a lot more clear.
Right.
They've done the only thing that they've done like really like majorly different is they changed some names of some characters, some of which that you could consider to be probably a little bit problematic these days. Just for
Yeah.
example, there was the name of a character very early on in the game that I was like, are they going to keep all the names? And no, they want, and I was like, okay, I can see that. So I'm
Right.
guessing there's going to be something like that, and probably some text changes. I know for a fact, one of Geno's attacks, they think can cause seizures from how it flashed back in the day. They
Oh
probably
my
fixed
God.
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. One thing I know about this is that there was a glitch with one of Geno's attacks that basically makes it where you can kill any enemy, and I think they kept that glitch in just because it was a beloved thing. So like they have done a lot, and the little video sequences are done really well. I really
Yeah.
like seeing those. I was kind of surprised to see that. The music, they've done such a great job on the music. Literally the only song that like I've kind of I'm not a big fan of that one's remake is the one in Dyna, the Moleville.
Right.
I that's the only one so far where I'm like I greatly prefer the SNES version of it, but all the rest of them are like really good.
Well, if you guys don't know, I'm sure on the stream at least that you can go in and you can change the music version to the classic version
Yeah.
from the SNES. So, so I thought that was a neat touch. In a way, I kind of wish there was a, kind of like the Halo. Although you haven't played Halo. Halo, when they when they made like the remakes of them, you could hit a button and it would immediately switch back to the old graphics for the original Halo. And it would be neat if they could have done that on here, where it just immediately would switch back to the SNES version graphics. But yeah, I was trying to share the stream.
Hey, dude, you may want to turn the stream. You may want to turn the stream off on Discord.
Well, I'm trying. It won't let me.
Yeah, that stuff froze up, and I think it's making your network have some poor stuff.
Yeah, the problem is it won't let me. Like I'm hitting stop stream, and it's just like nope. So.
Oh no! Here we go!
I hit close stream, so I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, all right.
I don't think it'll mess me up too bad on my regular stream, but so yeah, so do you want to say, well, okay, basically what me and Tyler decided to do was we wanted to pick a game and do basically like a video game book club, like you both read through a book, you know, except this time we both are playing through a game and just talking about it, you know.
Yeah.
And I think our
And
go ahead.
now the first game that we chose was Super Mario RPG on the Switch because we both had it, and
Yeah.
we both haven't played Mario RPG in a little bit. And this is one of those games that it's like I've been wanting to try it out because, you know, I love Super Mario RPG, and I just want to see how this one holds up. So yeah, it's been
Right. So what
it's
I'm gonna
it's
did I save it? Oh no, I did. I did. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna return to the home screen. I'm just gonna start kind of from the beginning, and
oh
we'll
no,
just play
why dude?
because
You're
I want
Yost,
to,
you're Yos's Isle, dude.
but I want to like enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to miss because I can't really hear it through this setup. You know?
Oh, you can't hear it. Okay, dang, dude.
Yeah. But so like here's the opening sequence, which I guess I could just start the new game. Um, yes, dude. Oh, I got a save slot available. Yes. Breezy. You want to just do breezy?
Okay,
Since we're just well, screw it, I'll just do normal. All right.
just kind of messing around.
Yeah, it's kind of messing around. So yeah, I really enjoyed like the whole opening sequence, you know. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, yeah. When I saw this, I was like, okay, they're really gonna go for it.
Right.
I was like, it's not gonna be cheap. Like they really went for it, and I don't know. Did this do well?
You know,
Like,
I
did it
don't
sell a whole
know.
lot?
The thing is, it's been pretty cheap lately. Like you can go pick this up for like $20 now.
Really?
Yeah, there's a
A
lot of
Post Party
places.
Nintendo game for $20? That's insane.
Right. Um. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry. Just a minute.
another thing I found out, just to let you know, because I've been trying new things because they've added a lot of neat stuff to this.
Yeah.
If you go to the lookout point after you get people in your party, they'll
Yeah.
talk about stuff.
Okay.
So try that.
So what is lookout point? This like I don't
So
remember.
basically, after the bridge collapses, you can go back and look at the castle.
Oh, and they'll say some others. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the like I went there with Gino and Mallow, and they had a little conversation about it.
Like I don't know. The graphics in here is pretty good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I'm playing it on this OLED. I also have it piped through like an M Classic that's supposed to make it look a little better. But I think it looks really, really good. I wish this is where I hope the Switch 2 can kind of come in and help, like just sharpen it up a little bit. You know? Did you read? So you know, in the settings, you can read about the people that you fought, like the bad guys.
Yeah.
And did you read about this guy? I wonder if you can do that now. Can I do that now? Yeah, journal, monster list. Okay. Guard and Bowser's Keep, who are far too weak. Their helmets limit their vision, so they simply throw punches at random and hope for
Yep.
for a lucky hit.
So yeah, what this has done, this has ruined the game for me in a way because now every time I get a new enemy, I have to thought peek them with Mallow. I want to get all the thought peeks that I can of all the enemies.
Like, how's that guy not just hit me? Okay, no.
Because you can't see anything.
That's true. It's true. And the one mechanic that I like so much in this game is like where you actually have to be involved after you hit attack. You know, like
Yeah,
if
the
I hit
attack action.
I have
Yeah.
to hit boom, boom, so I get double hit. And I like the original one. You didn't do like this wave hit if you landed the button combination right. If you remember that in the original one,
Well,
you would just hit them, like you would just hit the one character. But now
Oh yeah, the wave.
if you hit it right, it'll
Yeah, that
hit the surrounding enemies.
and the gauge that fills up. That's a pretty cool feature. And I've noticed, and I don't remember this being a part of the original, because I thought I could tank it pretty well. But in this one, if you want to get through battles, you have to absorb blows. Like you have to like time the hits. Like you can't just sit there and take the hits. Or
Right.
you'll die. Like it's
Well, it uses that.
It's not
What is that gauge called? That you build up from doing, hitting the combos right.
it's like the action gauge or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, night, honey. Love ya. You have a good day? Love you, man. So our little one's going to bed. Yeah, I wish I could hear this music right now. I'll figure that out later. But like, I know that the music's really good, and I remember playing this.
I mean, I can kind of hear it on the stream, dude.
Yeah, no, the stream's playing it, but I can't hear it.
Oh. Well, just so you know, the volume is very low on the stream
For the game music.
Yeah.
Okay, I can turn that up. Let me know if that's too loud. I just turned it up.
Okay, you have to say something.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's better. That's better.
All right. Yeah, that seems to sound okay.
But yeah, it looks so cool. Seeing it in 3D,
right?
It was kind of 3D before, and not saying that the sprites were at all bad, because I love the way the original looks, but they did such a good job here. It's not just generic characters, right? You can tell that they made Mario RPG like characters, like little squat Mario.
Right.
Like they did. Like I can every time when I'm playing through it and I see stuff, I'm just picturing how they could have done it bad very easily.
Well, this particular fight, I remember this as a kid, fighting Bowser and hitting him, and then he wouldn't or one second. Yeah. Oh. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh, I remember fighting this guy and just hitting him, right? And not realizing I'm supposed to hit the chomp chain. That's holding him up.
Yeah.
And I like how he freaks out when he... Oh, I did the wrong thing again. Yeah, Princess Peach
I like how...
Attack the chain, dang it.
Yeah, I like how the game begins with you fighting Bowser.
Right.
I always thought that was a neat little thing. Yeah, so it was interesting. It was interesting to me. Why is Mario's house right next to Bowser's castle?
He's on guard.
What's going on here?
He's on guard duty. He knows. I'll just move here because I got to keep running over here all the time. He's freaking out. Don't let go. Don't let go. And I like the tears that come off of his eyes. They kept it.
Yeah.
From the original game. I didn't know Bowser threw hammers though.
I think that's the only time he throws a hammer in the entire game, if I'm thinking right.
Oh, no, there you go. There's a second time.
Oh, well, okay. All right. I meant in that sequence.
I know. Gotta give you a hard time.
I might be wrong. I am so curious, and this is it's hard to say a favorite part of the game, but I think one of my favorite part of the games is Booster's Tower.
Really?
I am so looking forward.
That's the train, right? Like a little weird dude with
I
a
am so looking forward to Booster's Tower. I am so looking forward to that. I love that part so much, dude.
I could not stand that part.
Wait, you don't like that? You don't like that?
I don't
you
like
not
that.
like that part at all?
I don't like that part. Yeah, that's the one part I don't like. Now my opinion of that might change.
Lame.
But
as the game progresses, after you get through it, you can go back and there's a lot of little fun stuff you can do.
That's true. That's true.
Like that. I loved the tower. It was so fun to me. I can't believe you don't like it.
There were so many things, and I think I would probably like it now, but as a kid, it was kind of frustrating because there's so many little puzzles and stuff you had to kind of figure out, and pre-internet days, that was not fun.
And I am deeply curious what's going to happen when you go behind the curtain in that tower.
Yeah.
There's a curtain in the tower you go through in the original where you turn into the original 8-bit NES version of Mario. And I'm
Oh,
so
that's
curious.
right. I forgot about
Part
that.
of me is thinking it's either going to be that or he'll go and turn into the sprite version of, I don't know. See, I don't know. I'm so curious what it's going to be.
Right. I like how Toad's just like, what are you doing hanging up there?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's like, oh, shut up, Toad.
right. So tradition is when you start Super Mario RPG, you get to his house, you have to jump on the bed. That's just part of this game. If you don't do that, you're a loser.
Oh, you want to talk about loser stuff? I'm just thinking of the game now. I can't wait to see what Marymore looks like in this one.
Who is that?
No, Marymore is the name of the city
Oh, okay.
that you get married in. People get married in. So what I'm thinking, and another thing that I did a lot, and I'm a loser. I know, I admit it. I'm an admitted loser. I would go and rack up a debt in that big hotel room just so I could be a busboy.
I remember that now.
That was that was fun. I had fun doing that.
I forgot about that, honestly. So, and this is new, right? This the storage box system.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it's funny. So there's auto saves in the game now, but they still kept the save box.
Yeah, the save boxes are completely vestigial now, but they know if they didn't put them in there, people would be mad about it. So they had to do it.
I still use it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I still use it too.
I never noticed this. On top of the orange barrel outside his house, what does that say? It says Mario.
It says like Mario's house. It says Mario's something.
Mario's house. Mario
Yeah.
house. Interesting. I never noticed. I guess you couldn't see that in the Super Nintendo version.
I mean, it probably wasn't a Super Nintendo version, to be honest. That's probably just something to put here.
Right? Talking to this dude. But yeah, you gotta like this music. Like, it's just...
Yeah, it's so good. They did such a good job with this music, dude.
Right. Right. And so there's all the frog coin things. Like, they seem to be giving a lot more of those in this version.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It was so hard to get frog coins in the original, and they seem a lot more plentiful in this one.
Yeah, like
which is a good thing, because I never spent my frog coins because I was scared to spend them because I didn't get many of them.
Well, I think the strategy was like you were trying to buy the really good items for the hard boss fights, so that you could use them during those boss fights. From the tadpole guy. I like how this guy just moves his mouth and he shakes the bridge apart.
Yeah, no, this is really cool. Like, I love the way the sword looks. It's so interesting. Like, I don't know. I feel like they kind of screwed up. They should have. Could you imagine, dude, if they had a Super Smash Bros. Stage that was based off of Super Mario RPG?
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Like, they could have had an EXO stage and they had Bowser's Castle and he comes flying down. Okay, so yeah, do you see Vantage Point? You can go back there.
Right.
And you just kind of overlook it right now.
Vista Hill.
Yeah, Vista Hill. You can go back as with other people.
I remember this part being a little weird.
That's new.
Like, you had to go back, talk to Toad for a second, and then you could go.
Yeah, well, you had to because I went back to go get the princess.
I like how they reenact things that have happened when they're telling other people about it.
Yeah, Mario doesn't talk. Mario has to reenact.
That's a cool touch,
Yeah.
So.
It's funny.
And I do like that they've added the vibration. So like Toad, when he just ran into me, I got a little jolt.
Yeah, and he bumps into you. Yeah, there was no vibration on the original.
Well, Was that on that or the Sega Genesis? I had this weird contraption where you would hook it in line to your controller.
That doesn't count.
Well, you know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the jacket, the suit thing you had to wear?
No, this was a wrist strap that you would put on that would vibrate, and it would hook up through the controller port. So you plug it into the controller port, and then your controller into it, and it would. I mean, you got to remember, like back then, that was a new thing. You know, so I was like, oh man, you could kind of get more feeling or whatever.
Yeah. You got a wrist strap on. You're like, I love it. I'm feeling it. I'm guessing that's like with the Genesis, you could plug the microphone jack in.
No, I don't. I think it was because I didn't have that version of the Genesis. I had the version 2.
Oh,
like the slimmer one. Specials.
Huh.
I really do like how they try to walk you through this a little bit. You know, like you need some hand holding for this.
Yeah. For
the mechanic. Oh, here's the gauge.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention that's really cool about this gauge, and I don't know if you've known, in the chain is really cool. It's addictive to try to keep that chain up.
Right.
Dude, it is so cool that once you get to like 5 or 6 in the chain, the little alert box that pops up goes away.
Oh, right. Because it knows that you know
and it knows that, like, oh, you got this. Right. I think that's such a neat little just thing to be like, oh, I don't need to be told every time. And it's like, okay, you know that. I thought that was such a neat thing to put in there. I
didn't even notice
recall a game doing that.
That's a good.
Yeah, no, I noticed. I was like, man, that's neat. I was like, that's neat, because I was like, man. I was like, okay, it's cool that it's there, but am I gonna have to deal with this? That, like, do I have to see that every time you do? No, it goes away once they realize you know it, and then when you screw up, it comes back.
Right.
It's so cool.
That's cool. Yeah. Now that you mention it, I'm like, oh yeah,
that's a neat little way to try to get the player to like get into the.
I thought if you went
concepts.
Oh, I just ran out of. I thought if you. Oh, tell me this: is my voice being delayed?
On the stream we're delayed a little bit, but I don't think you're delayed on Discord. I don't think.
Okay. Tell me this. I thought that you could get, like, if you walked up behind an enemy, and went into a battle with them, that it would allow you to attack first, like, or allow you to get an extra hit or something.
No, you're thinking of a different Mario RPG game. I think that was not Paper Mario, but I don't know if a Mario game did that. Now that you say it. Let's see. Tyler Common says that would be dope if they had a Rumble wristband with modern Rumble technology. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Like, I could see them having like a Bluetooth kind of device that you could see. That's like, if you had the weird tools that they had back in the day with today's technology,
right?
Like that stupid Super Nintendo vest. What's it called? The Annihilator. If they made an Annihilator with like haptic feedback technology of today, I think you'd have something cool.
Right. But there's nobody willing to take like a big risk like that now. Everything has to be so dang, calculated.
Yeah. That's because all this crap is so expensive now. With that haptic vest, I'm sure it probably costs nothing, like not much at all to develop. And so it allowed them to just kind of mess around.
Right. And if you hit the A button at the right time when the enemy's attacking you, you can block them. But not everything.
Yeah.
Like the thing where they put you to sleep.
And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, every single physical attack in the game, I think, can be blocked like that.
Can I just leave that Toad guy there, that's being like guarded by the Goomba?
I don't know. You can try it.
I'm gonna try just leaving him, see what happens.
Yeah, just go. Let's see.
Oh, I didn't catch this the first time through. This bag back here. Oh, I missed that. I wonder if I can come back. I totally missed that bag back there. Wow.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, this game's just really...
Oh, no. You got chased down.
Yeah. I outran him.
Another thing I'm really trying to get to. I am so excited to see what Monstro Town looks like.
Yeah.
And I am for sure going to do the side quest to get the Culex. I want to see what the Culex fight looks like too.
Oh, I wasn't looking at my health. I died.
Oh no. Well, good thing it saves every single screen.
That's true. Well, this is see if that hell true. Yeah. Back to the last.
No, you're going to do autosave.
Oh, is that what?
That's going to put you right back. Oh yeah, no, you just messed up. No, autosave would have brought you right back to the place you were at.
Let me return to the title and see if it's there. Although it might have just saved it.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I didn't think about the auto. Oh no, did I auto save over my dang? I probably did. My
May have, dude.
game. That sucks.
But it looks like you saved at Yoshi's Isle,
No,
so you should be okay.
yeah. That's where I was at. So luckily,
Yeah.
That's why you always save. Yeah. So I definitely think this is a game that people should pick up if they have a Switch, especially for $20. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, I've so you can say may culpa on my end. I basically just to compress stuff down very, very tightly, not to get into it. I had a bad year. And part of that bad year is I lost. I had an OLED Switch, and I lost that along with the power supply. So I still had an OG Switch, and I didn't have the power supply for it. So I have had that Switch sitting there with no power supply for over a year now, just sitting there collecting dust. And this game is the one that got me back to like actually playing on the Switch.
Right. Well, okay. So I think.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, I died again. I think it's a good.
You
stopping.
get torn to pieces.
Right. I think it's a good stopping point. Like,
you're just gonna rage quit because you can't play.
Well,
you're like, I'm done.
I think I'm like, cause I'm trying to make it so that we don't stay up too dang late, you know, doing this stuff. And I want to try to start maybe even a little earlier, because one guy, I think it was Tyler comments there, saying you guys stream too late, and I was like, okay, well maybe I should try to inch it back, you know. So like today we started at 8:45. And maybe
Thursday's a really weird day for having just a once a week stream too.
It is,
because a lot of people, like, I'm sure the people that we want to like hop in and watch this are going to be about our age, right? Like, we're not trying to get children to watch us talk about old tech and stuff.
Right.
So I'm sure they also are, winding down from their jobs and all that kind of fun junk.
Right. Right, but it's just like the only day I think. Well,
I know
the weekends are just packed, you know.
Yeah.
I could potentially try to start doing Sunday nights. I mean, I know it's like, you've got to wake up early the next day, but that might be a possibility.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I gotta wake up early this day too. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think maybe like I don't know, 5-6 p.m. on Thursday probably be better. If that's at all possible. I don't think it probably is.
I'd have to see. I mean, that's, like I got to drive my kid, drop them off sometimes for things. And so I'm usually not free until 7:30 at the earliest, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's just scheduling. It's just scheduling that makes this hard, dude.
But we're gonna. So me and Tyler are gonna continue to play this game. Before I end, so where are you at in this game right now? The same spot.
Literally, I think I am at the exact spot you're at, Moleville.
Okay.
So we literally are like 1-1 now.
Okay. I haven't been able to play the past day or so. So I have. I knew you were gonna catch up to me.
So I caught up. I caught up quick. Because when I started playing this, dude, I had to keep playing. It sucked me in.
Right.
And it's such a good game.
Well, we'll
having
keep
so much
playing,
fun with it.
We'll keep playing this. We'll keep an eye on the Switch 2, stuff. Hopefully, there's a pre-order announced soon. And yeah, guys, please share this out. Like we do this for fun, but it's good to have more people like in and leaving a comment. Like even Tyler, adding that one comment in is just really cool.
Yeah.
To have, because it makes it more interactive. So if you guys, whoever watches this in the future, share this out, and it's so that people can join.
So what I would like to do ultimately, me and Joe are playing this. What I would love to do is eventually get a handful more people, just a lot of people. I would love it if eventually, and this is like pipe dreaming, like 100 people all playing the same game at once.
Oh yeah.
Right? And we all say, hey, we're going to start this game and we're going to finish this game by the end of April. And then we're going to, discuss it and have just talk about it and then decide what the game we're going to play next is. Because I don't know about you guys, but it's so difficult for me to just sit down and play games. Right?
Right.
Like I get like paralyzed by decision making. What am I going to do? I can play this. Oh, but I have this and I want to play. But if if I can sit down with everyone and just go, hey, let's just play this game.
I forgot about the minecart. Sorry.
We are like set. This is the game we're playing.
Right.
I mean, that makes it easy. And it's fun to discuss and talk about games with people. Just a little heads up. In my opinion, I have a couple games I want to play. They're not going to be as long as Mario RPG. I think, just for example, Joe, a game I really want to see what your reaction to is Pac-Man 2 for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
That might be one we play next. That one you can beat in like 2 or 3 days. It's not long at all.
I'd like to do Streets of Rage too.
Yeah, Streets of Rage. Maybe we can go crazy and play like a really long game and say, hey, we have like this is going to be a 40-day game, some like RPG. Like I would love to have
fun to do Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, to sit through a whole like PlayStation 1 era JRPG again.
Yeah,
it's been so long since I've been able to do that. That would be so fun. But yeah, no, I think it's a cool start with just the two of us. But I really hope that, heck, even people in the Discord, if we could get them playing the games too.
And maybe we could just do a stream every other week or something that is just book club stream stuff, like nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that'd be absolutely fine. And you see, that's the thing, I would love to eventually get to where we can have people just, hop on, let them hop in the Discord and discuss. Just don't even have to have their faces on or anything. Just kind of hop in, say that piece about it, and it could be kind of like sports radio. Hey, I'll take my answer off the line, and just kind of say a couple things. Right. Theories, opinions.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah,
that'd be neat. Well, you can tell we're excited about this. I think it's a great idea that Tyler came up with. So we're gonna.
Let me be clear. It's not. I didn't come up with it. This is something that's been done a whole lot. If you search Video Game Book Club, it shows up a lot.
Well, to bring it up, because I never even heard of it.
Okay.
So I thought, well, that's cool. But we're gonna keep trying this out. But thank you guys who did watch. And I guess we'll be catching you next week if it all works out. I don't know if next Thursday is going to work or not. We'll see. I think it should, but
okay,
we'll see. We'll let you guys know. But anyway,
yep.
Catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Peace, everyone. Take it easy.